If you know anything about politics, you know that most people are concerned about the money that's spent in a campaign. Big corporations and big rich donors give lots of money to curry political favor, while you, the little guy, you get ignored. You know, these big money politicians, they're the ones who aren't holding town halls, they're the ones who aren't participating in debates, and they're the ones who, when you're bombarding their phone lines, they're hanging up and they're taking their phones off the hook. So I ask, why do you want to pay attention to and give credibility to politicians who have millions of dollars in the bank? They're not listening to you. If you ask people whether we should have term limits, almost to a person, they're going to tell you, yes, we should have term limits. And yet, we hear these media people and other politicians talk about how important experience is when you're running for office. But I have to tell you, experience is bankrupting our country, and experience isn't taking you into account. So I have to ask, why would you at all pay any attention to the guy who has experience and is ignoring you, while the guy who looks like the guy that you know next door, he knows what it is to live with your bank account, and he knows what it is to walk in your shoes. You can't have it both ways. If you want a candidate who's actually going to listen to you and understand what it's like to live in your shoes, you need to vote that way, not the guy with lots of terms in office. This election, the primary in 2014, this is your opportunity to vote your principles and not a politician's bank account. This is your opportunity to vote your heart and not somebody telling you about somebody else's experience. I'm telling you, this is the election where if you're not involved, you're going to get run over. Vote your principles. Vote your heart. Listen to your neighbors and the ones who are talking to you, and make sure that they actually understand the positions of the politicians who are running. The people who are running for office are going to change your life and impact your children's lives as well. Don't make a vote in this election where you have to explain that vote 20 years from now, because your kids' lives are a lot harder than they had to be. And by the way, who am I? I'm just a dad fighting for his kids' lives and their futures. Now is the time for hands-on patriotism. Now is the time to get involved.